Thank you. Now, Honorable Member Suresh Prabhu.
Thank you, Madam. I am speaking on the grants, demand of grants for the Human Resource Development Ministry. Madam, in India, we are very fond of rechristening, renaming, offering different nomenclatures to the existing institutions. Our late Prime Minister, late Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, gave this new name to this ministry called Human Resource Development Ministry. Earlier it used to be known as Ministry for Education. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi was striving to take India to 21st century at a very fast speed. We are all very happy that now, since the name has changed, the human beings who used to live in India, who used to go to schools and colleges seeking education, now would go there only as means to develop themselves, as the new re-Christian ministry is going to now develop students into better human beings. Madam, unfortunately, after the sad, of course he lost power before that, but he is no longer living. Mr. Narasimha Rao, who was the Human Resource Development Minister during his regime as the Prime Minister, subsequently became a Prime Minister, and now we had two Prime Ministers in a span of less than 1 year. And now this is a time to take stock about what has really happened since we re-christianed this ministry as a Human Resource Development Ministry. Madam, since we have changed the name, has it really helped in developing a country on the lines in which it was envisaged when this country was re-christianed? I think the government owes an explanation to people for us to really know, to take stock and to find out whether this what was the laudable objectives which were spelled out when this ministry was really set up or re-christianed, that name has really served the purpose for which it has been accomplished. The results, of course, as I mentioned in the annual report, as well as the results which we see in our day-to-day life when we really come across students, really don't say that we are really attained what we really wanted to do so. Madam, we have been nowadays, since we have talking about this new economic policy, have been talking about infrastructure as a means of development of the economy. The physical infrastructure that we need, the roads, the bridges, the power generation, the railways, and so on and so forth, is really necessary, and a common minimum program talks about minimum needs of $200 billion of infrastructure that India needs in these various sectors. Madam, are we prepared to consider education and health as an infrastructure for development? I remember the World Bank has really talked about infrastructure as a means of development, but has failed to recognize, not the World Bank, but the country as a whole. I am just citing World Bank to give a small example. The World Bank also has failed to recognize this as one of the important infrastructure development and has not yet financed to the extent to which it should have. Madam, we had a plague in some part of India, and our entire economic activity came to standstill because of some health hazard in one small part of India called Surat, city of Surat, and the entire country's economy came to standstill. So even lack of investment into social sectors like education and health can really bring about economic chaos in times to come. So Madam,